All right, we are running Georgia Tech again. We're running against Auburn. They run a 4-4. They call it a 4-2-5. So the first thing I'm going to do when I come out is I'm going to show you just a base offense in a red. All right, here are my audibles. I'm going to run a red triple. I'm going to run a red midline. Then I'm going to run an over midline to the strength because they overplay the weak side. I'm also going to run a over triple to the strength and an over toss to the strength. I'm not going to put any passing plays in my audibles. Now we're limited, you'll see this later, by the audibles that we can call because we can only audible over to the right side when we have the overs to the right. So the only things that we can switch on the line are the balanced ones. The red midline, the red triple. All right, so we're going to come right out in balanced red so you can see what it looks like. They call this their 4-2-5. You see the 4 linemen, you see the 4 backers behind him. You see that safety. Don't know what he's doing in the corners. So I take a look at this. We can run either way. We've got a 3-tech and a 1-tech. We run the midline to the 3. That's such a great play. And if you watch, they run bang midline, so that guy wraps around and leads up. What do we got here? Okay, I'm sending my guys over left. We check the nub on the right. There's a 5, so we send our guys over. They leave a 5 nub on the left, so we know we're running right. So now I'm looking at veer, and we're looking at midline. Midline here now, they are midlining the first guy past guard, which is the defensive end. They don't consider that guy inside to be a their midline key. So he has to be on guard or past. If he's lined up on a 1, they don't count him, which works out really good for us. All right. They've got a 5 nub to the right, so we're running to the left. We're looking at a veer here. Now, again, because of the challenges I have with, or the limits I have with audibles, anytime I'm on the right hash, I'm going to send my overs automatically to the left, just because I can't audible into anything. You know, that won't happen in a regular game situation. All right, so we had our guys to the left. We ran them right. They left.
He's at midfield. And he's taken down at the 38-yard line.
Oh, that midline always looks good, especially if you can run that to the overside. Such a big gap. Okay, so we're in an over left. There's a 4. So we just ran that back to the weak side. All right, we're going to come out in an over right. No, we can't because we're on the right hash, so we're in an over left right now. And again, that's something that would never happen to us in a game. It's just because of these audibles. All right, I come back here and I balance it. I see what we got. We have better numbers to the right. Okay, right now I'm looking at a midline. You could also look at veer. That's midline this way. You'll notice again when you're running against a 43, you're about 75% pitch. When you look at that 44, that 4-2-5 as they call it, you're looking about 70% of your veers that you run are going to be quarterback keeps.
There's a player down. I'm not sure what happened. From the 18-yard
All right, we're going to come out in over left because again, because of our audible constraints, we can't switch out of that. So I take a look at what we have, and we go right to veer. Okay, we're going to come up and over left. Now what you're going to see even in a 4-2-5 is once in a while over on the weak side they're going to give you a 3 nub or a 4 nub. But they don't here. They leave a 5 on the left. So we're looking at midline, veer to the right. We're checking that midline. And again, it's huge because they don't consider that 1-tech a midline read. See what we got here. Okay, I'm going to come out in wishbone. I'm going to go wide. Again, I like that wide just because it pulls guys out in the gaps. Like here too, it just leaves a big hole. And we can just, again, on even fronts, it's really easy just to switch left to right. That's the first score. Even though we always wind up running to the overs in a 44 or a 4.25, it's a good idea to put our guys on the short side in case we catch them, number one, and number two, let's see what we got going on here. All right, so we're running our over. We got a 5 to the left. I made a bad read right there. But I would still always send the over to the short side of the field. Hopefully catch these guys moving around. And you'll see this, the next thing I'm going to show you is a multiple 4. So they'll move in between 43 and 44s and do different stuff like that. So it's just good practice. And it follows a consistent script. If we keep doing the same thing every time, it can be easier for the kids to understand. Again, what I'd like to do is come out in an over to the right. Because of our audibles, I can't, so I'm going to come out over left. And I know that, ooh, see what they did right there? They left a 3 over. So I'm going to come and, not sure, I'm going to balance it. And again, whenever the kids are confused, just balance. And then if you're confused, run your midline. Here comes the bang. Ooh. Nice. Come out in and now over right is what I'd like to do. Again, we're coming out and over left. They're leaving a 6 on the nub or a 5 on the nub. I think we got good room for a veer right here. And you can just look at it too, as far as if they leave the middle, leave a bubble in the middle, run your midline. If they leave the bubble to the outside, run your veer. All right, they left the 5 nub on the left. We've got a midline to the right. We have a veer to the right. What else looks cool too is when you have numbers to the overside. When they start creeping up and you run the toss out of it, that looks really cool. But they don't press that very much. Comes the veer. All right, we're going to come up here and over left.
1 quarter of play, and we've got a low-scoring defensive battle on our hands. Georgia Tech leads 7-0.
Going to count on the right side.
And we're back for more action here in quarter number 2. The Yellow Jackets lose one of their key players with that injury earlier.
We have a
Still
4.
in the locker room. We don't know the severity, but unlikely that he'll play any more football this afternoon.
Take it.
Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
The thing I love about this guy is he can throw the ball, he can run it. Man, that's hard to stop.
Over right, we would like to, but I think we're just going to go over left, knowing that we're going to get a 5 nub on the right, so we're attacking left. Got a veer here.
He might have a chance. To the 10, and he's brought down at the 6-yard line.
We're going to come up and over left, get a count to the right. We got a 5 nub. We're going to send our guys over. They leave a 5-6 nub on the left. We're running right. Veer's here. Midline is here.
And down he goes at the 8.
A good tackling safety is key for any defense. And if they can
probably the closer we get to the goal line, unless they pack it in, I should be running more midline if the opportunity's there. I think I run a veer. Yeah. Should have done the same thing.
Gets to about the 8-yard line.
All right, we'll come out here and over left. We'll make a count to the right. They give us 5 nub. We'll send our guys over. They leave a 6. Okay, you see that the middle's empty. There's no second level. This would be a great midline. And that guy's on a 3. So he's on past the guard, so that would be the midline read. How cool is this stuff? All right, let's see what we come out in. Again, I would like to come out in over right and take a look at the left. See, I made a mistake because I forgot that I can't audible out of this, so I think I got to switch everything over. Actually, I take a timeout because I think I realized I screwed up. So I'm going to send over left, check our backside count. They left us with a 4, but I don't like that because we got a squeezed run key, so we'll probably wind up running left anyhow.
And they make the stop at about the
And it just wasn't a great play. We didn't have numbers. Let's come out here and go over left. They give us a 5 to the right, 5 nub. We run it over. They leave us a 4, but they also left us a big hole on the right side, right inside that midline. I guess I was confused, so I decided to balance it, take a look at what I have. We do have numbers. We've got a 4 count to the right. Again, I'm not counting the corners.
He's at the 30, brought down around the 27-yard line.
It's a good job of converting on
Middle of the field, you can take your pick. We go over left. We got a 5 count to the nub on the right side, so we're running left. I like the midline here. But did you see what happened? It was just like a brain fart. I called a veer and I tried running it like a midline. You see me stop. And again, if I would have done that, I should have just eaten the ball instead of trying to hit it. That's when mistakes happen. All right, so we had a guys left. We had a 5 count to the right. We sent them over. We have a 5 nub to the left. We're running right. We have a good-looking midline and veer. We took the midline.
Inside the 10, and he's all the way in for the touchdown.
And again, if they leave that guy on that 1, if he's not head up the outside of that guard, we'll just let him go.
Things are on the verge of
and the cool thing about that too is the rules we were talking about. If the guard's uncovered, he's going to squeeze down. All right, we got 41 seconds left. We're looking at verticals, but I don't like that look for verticals. So we just run a midline. We're going to come up. I think we come up balanced here. We're going to look to throw again. We got 37 seconds. We're going to try a triple option pass. They have like a, it's like a 1 high look. I guess I should have tried the verticals.
And they get the sack. It was the
Also, that corner was open.
Who made the sack.
Man, this is an aggressive
I think
defense.
I tried the triple option pass.
And again, it works out. They send guys from
And it's almost
everywhere to
like
get
more of
to
like
this
a 2
corner.
high look. So I'm watching that left side safety. If he's stepping with the X, he's staying with that slot out on the corner. So he opened up that window and then left the Y on the post.
Precisely that on this play.
And what do we have here? Okay, we're balanced. Oh, we ran an all-go. Just spying that, or over it, trying to spy that safety.
I'm not sure if the back was his first option, but he got him the ball and he was able to make something big happen.
So with the half ending, they're just going to try to put 3 points up on the board.
So what we were going to say, oh, based on that that guy that D tackle that squeezes down into that 1, which is pretty cool because we are telling our kids that if they're not covered, they're squeezing their splits, and if there's a guy on the outside shoulder, they're going to widen the splits. So that tackle, if we're running a midline to the right, and that guy has squeezed in, that guy won't be a problem because we're gonna squeeze that that split. All right, we've got a 5 nub to the left. We're running to the right. We have midline and we have veer right.
Gains his way to the 46-yard
The guy
line.
took he's got the cross, so it's the give read. We're in the middle of the field. We go over left. We have a 5 nub to the right. I can run over. They left the 5 nub to the left. We have OC stepping up. Oh, we like the midline right here. Nice. Just whatever they give us.
Old-fashioned football, definitely. Just give it to the fullback and let him grind it out.
Because we can't audible, we're going to go over left. They leave a 6 nub on the right. I don't know. That was a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking there. Oh, I know what I was thinking. I saw that I could run a toss when the over was to the left because they were creeping up. So I went to the toss, but I remembered because of my audible limitations that I could only run the toss when the overs were to the right. So that's what happened there.
And he's tackled after positive yardage.
So basically, all I have in my toolbox right now is I have an over to the left and over to the right balanced, and out of each one, all I'm running is a toss and midline and veer, and most of it is midline against this look. And the veers usually wind up being keeps. So here's the veer. They left the 5 on the.
He fights forward.
They left the 5 on the left. All right, coming up here, we have a 5-6 nub on the right. We're running left. Right here, I like the midline, I like the veer. Actually, I really like the midline better. I had that view over. Over left. 5 nub to the right, run them over. They leave a 5 nub to the left. We're running right. We have veer and we have midline. The cool thing about the overs is you remember them on that first play in that 44 is they have the traditional 44, but as soon as you start pulling the guy over, it looks different. And it gets pretty easy to see what they're leaving here. They left a 5 nub. We're running left. What did we check to? Don't know. I was looking at a midline right now. That guy's stepping over. I think I called the timeout there. I was running low on time, and they kept following me, and I didn't like what I was seeing, and I didn't know what I was seeing. So if I don't know, then I would call a timeout or just go to red, balance it out. At midline there.
He gets out to about the 14-yard line.
Like that bang. Cool.
That makes it 1st and 10.
All right, we are looking at over left. I can see right away we had a 5 nub, so I'm going to send them over. They leave a 5 nub to the left, which means they're running right. Here they come. See, now what we could do is I wouldn't have to send that guy over, okay? if I sent them over and then they followed, I would just go back and run a midline back left at that 3 technique. If they do that, again, my limitations here, I can't check out of that. All right, we're over left. They got a 4 nub to the right. I'd like to run a midline right there because we've got numbers and a big hole, but I can't because I can only run a midline out of the over right or out of the balance. So we would have an advantage on the field of just checking right into a midline with the left over because we had that 4 nub on the right. We're over left. We're at a 6 nub.
He did not get to the first down marker.
And again, here's a good lesson. That the closer we get to the goal line, especially in this 4-2-5, the better the midline looks. Because when they get squeezed up, it's they have less depth to cover, so they can cover better horizontally. All right, we're going to take a look at this wishbone wide again. And again, it opens up these big gaps. They squeeze down, we can just toss out of there. We can throw a slant out of there. We can run a triple out of there. We can run midline out of there. Okay, so now we did the same thing. They squeezed it down. So I'll probably just move into like a triple. Just run it right at the edge. Put that guy in a bad situation. Alright, I don't like this because I'm running it to the right with an over to the right, so I think I'll balance it. Give more room to run that option. And put that guy in a bad position.
Another touchdown.
So this is what we learned so far. 4-3, we run our overs to the short side of the field, and we exploit veer and a lot of pitching out to the wide side. Against 4-2-5, a lot of midline, a lot of keeps off the veer, and we're running to the over a majority of the time. All right, let's see what we got here. We're going to run over left. We're going to get our count to the right. We have a 6 nub. We're going to send our guys over. They're leaving us a 4 on the left. We could take a veer here. Back to the left. Didn't have a great block by our guard, but picked up a couple. All right, we have over left. We have 5 nub. We're going to run our guys over. They leave. 1, 2, 3, 4. We leave a 4. We could take it. Or we could look at that midline on the right side. Still so big. Okay. See, this is now where I'd like to come back. Right? But I can't because we can't check back to that. So that's why I'm balancing it right now. And again, in a game situation, we would only have time to make we'd only have time to make one adjustment. So if we come over left, we could either go over right and make a call, or we could go balance and make a call, or we can make a call right over left, but we wouldn't have time to go start in an over left, go to an over right, and then come back to a balance.
From the 48-yard line, it's third
over left, we got a 5 nub to the right. We're running it over. We have a 5 nub to the left, so we're going to run right. We got a good looking veer. We can either run midline. No, good looking veer. Because you see that D tackle was moved out. He was head up. Maybe do a 3 technique on that side. So the veer was just a better option. All right, we're going to start in an over left. We have a 5 nub to the right. We're going to send our guys. We're going to balance it. Okay. We have better numbers on the right-hand side, like a midline here. We come back, we run midline to the 3. Oh, that's a good looking play
He's
too.
at the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Tech.
Actually, the midline to the 3, the way that they have it drawn up, is an easier block for the tackle because he just has to open up. And then if we run the midline to the one side, he's going to be creating a lane inside. All right, we have a 5 nub to the right.
The pitch, and he's got some room. They'll bring him down around the 23-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 16 yards. First down.
Under a minute left in the game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 nub to the right, running it over. They're leaving a 5 on the left. We'll run right. We got a good looking veer and a midline. Back to the right. Comes the bang.
Makes his way out to about the 15.
All right, middle of the field. We can pick them.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
We're going to go over left. We got a 5 count to the right. 5 nub to the right. We're going to send our guys over. They leave a 5 nub on the left. So we'll run right. Again, here I like the midline just because it's a shorter field.
And down he goes around the 12-yard line.
They're just running
Can't
between the
come
hash
out
marks
over
and
right.
daring the defense to stop them,
So we'd
which
only
they
have one
did
play.
on that occasion.
So we're going to come out and over left. They leave a 5 to the right. We're going to run left. And looking at here.
He makes it to the 9.
That's a gain of 3.
All right,
The
we're
Yellow
getting closer to
Jackets
the
are
end
going to
zone.
have to
So
call their 3rd and final
I'll just start
timeout.
thinking about more ISO, midline. Come over and left. We got a 5 to the right. We run it over. They leave a 5 nub on the left. We're going to be running midline and veer right. Steps up. We check to midline. Man, it's easy, right?
And he's brought down.
All right, next I'm going to do multiple 4s.
And this one's all but wrapped up with the final.